All right, so you can see we've accumulated a whole pile of kayaks here for our new business venture, our Blue Heron Kayak and Canoe Company. And we even got a straggling canoe over there. We want to put them all in a rack. So follow me as I build something. Hopefully it'll turn out neat. So what we got here laying on the ground looks like a bunch of sticks or junk. A couple things we got here. We have a lot of metal poles from a carport, one of those pop-up carports that has the canvas not being used anymore. And then I went out and bought some black Schedule 40 PVC, two different sizes, 3 and 2 inch, with a bunch of elbows and joints. And we're gonna make a kayak rack. So let's get busy. I'm gonna start putting something together here, and you can follow along and see what you think. Hopefully it'll turn out nice. Okay, so we're working on a plan for our kayak rack. I decided to use the PVC plastic. It's fairly cheap, it's fairly strong, it's probably overbuilt. This is 3 inch Schedule 40 ABS. And what I decided to do for our kayak rack is most of the boats are about a foot deep, but I needed a cross brace for the bottom. So we have our stanchions for the bottom, uprights, which are our 3-ways. So I've got 2 3-ways. This is just a support, and we're gonna put these on here with 2 inch shelves, I guess, about every 2 feet or so. I want to get 4 kayaks on a side, so I got to figure that out. Maybe 1.5 feet, so I don't want it to be too tall. So we decided to go with the plastic. The metal will be for another day, and we're assembling, kind of test fitting, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're continuing work on our kayak rack. You can see I've got the basic framework. I've got the purple people eater. That's this one here, upside down on the rack for kind of a test fit. I only have enough of these to make 3 kayaks. Well, 4, including, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, including the one resting on the bottom. What I overlooked, and I may have screwed myself, I'm not sure, is I went to 2 inch on the shelves, I guess you call it, and there's a lot of leverage on that joint. So I'm gonna have to glue this in. I'm gonna cut it down to 2 foot and see if it'll hold the kayak. I hope it does. So far I have not glued anything yet. But that is the basics of my rack. It's about 6 feet tall, spans about a foot between each kayak. The bottom one about maybe 16 inches, and the center bar is 5 feet wide. So we're gonna keep working on it and see if we can stack some kayaks. All right, it's a little later. It was so hot I had to get a glass of water and strip down to my shorts. But we have our kayak rack now functional. I had to cheat a little bit. I had to glue it. It was just too wobbly if I didn't glue it. And even with the glue, I had to put a drywall screw on each one of the shelf arms. And that's because I don't think my glue is rated for ABS. I thought it was ABS glue, but it definitely says PCV on it. So I don't think this glue is the right glue. So it'll look better once I get kayaks on their side. It'll balance out. It seems to work. It's pretty tight. I can get 4, 1 laying on the bottom, obviously 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there on the top. And it's not quite as strong as I'd like, but again, this is pretty much a prototype. Can improve upon it. Let's go put all the kayaks on it, see if it holds up. All right, so our prototype kayak rack is being used. I have to be honest and say I'm not super happy with it. I'm going to do it a little over. I'm going to get some 45s and put them in here so these kind of come up a little bit. The trouble is if somebody's taken a kayak off this side, the whole thing leans a little bit either way and the other side kayak falls off. And that's not what I want. So again, this is a prototype. It seems to work pretty good, but I'm not happy with it. So the green frog, the blue lagoon, the purple people eater, and the sunset will just have to wait until we modify our kayak rack to be just a little bit better. Thanks for watching.